Okay, the first thing you'll see after downloading the ReachUC app and registering to the account is the dial screen. Up the top left of the screen, if you press on the Unitel logo, it will show you that it's green and registered, which is good, and that you have, it gives you a little information about the voicemail, that you have one new voicemail and no saved ones. You also have the option to select Do Not Disturb. This will only stop the notifications for ringing and things like that to the app itself. It does not affect your desk phone or your account, so it'll continue to ring your desk phone several times before it goes into voicemail. They do not work in tandem. All right, so you can shut that on and off. If you do turn it on and hit the logo, you'll still see that it's in Do Not Disturb, so you do have an indication that it's on. And just press the Unitel logo again to get rid of that screen. All right, to make a call, you just simply dial the number and press send, just as you would on any cell phone. Once the call connects, you will have some different options. So now we have connected the call. And by the way, the nice thing about this app is that it will send out your company's phone number, not your cell number. So that's one of the biggest benefits I think that people like. So while you're on the call, you can press hold. We'll simply throw the call on hold. The outside caller will hear the music on hold. You can take it back off a hold. You can record the call if it has been set up for that. If you do not see the recording option and you would like it, you can just ask your system administrator and we can get that taken care of for you. But if it is set up and you press it and you've given permissions to it, on the Android phone here, it'll flash, and I believe on the iPhone will just be a little red dot flashing. But that indicates that it is being recorded. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. To get to those recordings, I'll show you elsewhere or later on during the training where you see those. We can transfer the call, dial an extension, hit send, call's gone. I'm going to answer it on this other phone. I'm going to transfer it back to myself, so you're going to see the app ringing as I transfer it back to myself. All right, so there it is. That's a call ringing in. That's what it looks like. Can ignore, reject it, or in this case, I'm going to answer it. Okay, so that's a simple transfer. We can add a call, which basically sets up a conference call. I'm not going to bother doing it, but it's the same steps I just went through, only it will join the callers together. At any point you want to get back to the call, you can just press that red screen at the top and get back to the call. All right. Attended transfer is much like the regular transfer, except for when you go ahead and go to do the transfer, we can switch back and forth between the two calls for one thing, while it's ringing. Once you answer the call, you have the option to do the direct transfer for it, which I'll go ahead and do here. You can join the call, or you can cancel and take the call back. So if I transfer it now, the call's now gone. Add another extension, which I'm going to transfer it back to myself yet again. Okay, answer that. And that's about it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you is that you have a mute key, a speakerphone key. Phone's not playing nice. A speaker key, so you can put it on speakerphone, and then a video key, which would go over at a later time. So I'm going to go ahead and end that call. On the basic version of the ReachUC, which is free, there's also a voicemail tab down here. So it shows I have one voicemail in there. If I press the key, it will log into the mailbox and ask me for my password, just like if you were sitting at your desk phone. Okay. Let's see. The next key over is your local contacts. You can, if they had video set up, you could do a video, but that's basically between two system users as of right now anyhow. You have your messages key, so if any messages from the system or something like that would come in here. Text messages, things like that. And again, that's an add-on feature for texting, SMS. So the next one is down as your missed calls. And I want to point out here that you can just simply press that and it will call whatever number back. In this case, it was voicemail. But if you look down at some of them, you'll see here that this particular call had a little icon of a cassette recorder, for those of us that know what that is. and that shows you that there is a recorded call in there. I can press the key and listen to the message. I can press the 3 little dots, which means more, delete it, share it with somebody else, prevent all auto deletes. If I hit share, I get all the options of, email, messaging, whatever I want. Okay. The next tab over, let me hit it there we go. This is a plus version. So that means I have access to busy lamp field or status indication showing who's on the phone, who's online, who's offline, who's on the phone. If they were on the phone, it would be red. Let's see if I can't give you an example of that. Trying to dial extension 347. All right, so there you go. So I dialed it. It shows up as busy. So works very well. You also have access to the voicemail tab on the Plus version, where you can just go in and simply listen to the message right from here.
It's Peter with Unicom.
Right.
Just leaving a
And then under the account tab, this is basically just information about the calls, and it's a little bit out of the scope of this training. All right. Up the top right of the screen, this has got the 3 dots for the more setting. It'll show you your settings. This account setup, which you shouldn't have to change anything. That was already done when you first logged into it. Your push notifications if you want the incoming calls to jump onto your screen. Some different preferences in here. Your ringtone, of course. You can pick different ringtones in here, which really I like to set that a little bit different. That's good, classic phone. So I can tell the difference between my cell phone and this app. Call recording. If it's a feature that's been set up, I believe this is a paid feature, you can record all your calls. You don't have to do it on a per call basis. That gets a little sticky in Massachusetts because one person needs to know. You're going to warn the party that they're being recorded. And the other things I'm going to leave off for this training because this is supposed to be a basic training of how to do things. None of the other things here I would say would do anything. The do not disturb, you can actually add rules for it where you want it to go. But again, if you want to do advanced features like that, that would be for a different video because this could go on all day long. So we don't want to do that. So that's the basic features of the application. It's a really nice app. It works great. If you have any questions, you can always go to our website at askunitel.com or give us a call here at 800-843-1039. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it.